So if I think about what I need to do, maybe I will...
Hi, what do you need? So yeah, Jessica Jones. The next season thing that was as in the Netflix. What's it been a while? It's been like actually 10 days actually. I'm like, it's been a while, technically 10 days, because the last one was it's going to be a long while since the last one, because the next 10 days most likely will be a mixture between movies, and then there's also going to be one of the things that's going to jump in there, which is going to be the Simpsons, which is going to come up. So that's going to happen. But besides the point. But overall, this is insane in my opinion. I like it. And I think I've said this before. I have watched, and I've said this in my streams, and I've said this in a couple of other things. Technically, it'll be after this, but again, holiday covers. So, I watched up to a bit of it when I would go over to sleepovers with my friend, and my friend and I would just basically do sleepovers and have fun. And one of the things we did was that we watched this. We watched Jessica Jones. And I got up to that sort of thing where it's like, Jessica Jones is following the friend, and is the speech, which is, oh, everyone always like looks past these types of people. And I saw that, and I'm like, oh, this is so interesting. Then I stopped watching it, because like a lot of stuff came out, and then I'm like, okay, and I was watching other stuff, and like I always like to watch it with my friend, which, because of some other stuff, not like his fault or my fault, we just stopped. But I was like, do you know what? I'm watching Netflix, and I want to watch like the Daredevil Born Again. Again, this is like the Alien series where I'm like, I'm watching all of Aliens because of one specific film. Like, I want to watch the Daredevil Born Again. But to watch the Daredevil Born Again, even though I'm going to be spoiled anyway, and I'm kind of watching the Daredevil Born Again while watching all this stuff, knowing it's going to spoil a lot of this, and not caring, and technically I've already announced on stream, but yes, I've watched all of this. I've also watched season 2 of it. I've also watched The Defenders of this. I've also watched Luke Cage season 1, and The Punisher season 1, and Iron Fist season 1. And I'm all the way up to just nearly the end of all of them. Yes, I'm doing this very stupidly. You don't need to point that out, that is obvious. But I like this. This is fun. This is entertaining. Again, I am doing this in a very weird way, and I have no justification for any of it. It's very weird, and I fully admit it, but I love this series. This series is so fun and so entertaining overall. The other thing which I like is one of the major spoilers that comes in later is sort of like revealing the sort of like Kilgrave's history. And two things. One, I love his character, his like manipulation, because I feel like it's really interesting and really fun. And like how like he sort of like tries to justify things, not I think correctly. There's some points that it's like, oh, I think he's definitely not in the right, no way. But I just like that. That is like his like there's certain things. I also like all the other stuff. And I also like the idea that it's David Tennant. Because you have to take the fact that while this was like airing, I think Doctor Who was a show before this. So I love the idea. That's why I liked it originally, when you see David Tennant, the actor, is like, wait, weren't you the Doctor? Because at this point, I think this was when I was like realizing, oh wait, there's other shows besides Matt Smith being the Doctor. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And like that happening. So I like the idea. I also slowly am realizing that David Tennant sort of has like two sort of voices. You have like his more like serious voice, which you could tell is the same voice that is in Jessica Jones and Doctor Who, which is this sort of like fun voice. And then you have a more like animated voice, which you can tell which is in Moon Girl as the dog. That watch Moon Girl, it will make sense. And, you know, DuckTales as Scrooge McDuck. And it's really fun. But yeah, I do think this is really intriguing. I do think this is really exciting. And yeah, it's just fun. It's just entertaining. And I do think this is 100% one thing. Let's get into... Overall, I do think this is good. And I do like... Also, I did miss one thing out of spoilers. Which is essentially, she kills him. Which is an important part of the thing. And yes, I have seen some parts of season 2 to the most part. I've watched again up to the last episode. And this killing, this death does affect her. But again, this is not season 2. So there's a bunch of stuff I would like to be like, oh, this connects season 2 and season 1 together. But I'm going to be like, no. You want that? Oh, well, too bad. This is season 1. Just season 1, so I'm not going to talk about that. But I will say that does develop season 2 in an interesting way as a character development. But more on that when I review season 2, like maybe in like 2 months' time. A lot of stuff is being ahead of it, including obviously, you know, the Luke Cage season, including obviously Daredevil season 2, which is the next one, Luke Cage season 1, which is the next one after this, Iron Fist season 1, which is after that, The Defenders, which is after that, and The Punisher season 1. All of which, and then we get into Jessica Jones, and that's not including if I get any like really quick Disney Plus series that I'm just going to finish. Like, I'm not going to push forward Andor, because I'm not really a big fan of Andor, but there's a couple of stuff, maybe like an agent, maybe I finished like the 22 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I would debate we just go whoop as a small thing. But that's besides the point. I do think this is fun, I do think this is exciting, and I am really interested in where this will go. Because where this is going is fun, it's interesting, it's exciting. Again, I love it all. I love the buildiness, I love this. I also like, again, another thing that I miss, that during all of this, you get one thing. And 2 things I missed out, which I'm annoyed that I did, so I'm going to keep it in here, is 1, Luke Cage is in this. Knowing that he gets his own series, it really brings it together. And there's a lot of conversation, again, in The Defenders, not going to talk about that, but where they sort of like bring that together, where like they know each other because of this series. And I also like the fact that you get the Doctor. In season 1 of Daredevil, there's a doctor who sort of helps, like, the Daredevil, like, heal. And she appears here. And I love it because it's like you're putting together an arc. That's what, like, I'm putting it in this order and watching it in this way. Same with The Punisher. I don't know if The Punisher has anything to do with the bigger thing. But, like, because you have this one character that's in this through arc, that's in all these series, that will have connections throughout the series and to other characters in the series. So because of that, and because of that connection between all of this, it's like, okay, I feel like I need to watch it, because you have this one character going between all the different arcs, all the different characters, having like a different connection, different interaction. And it's really interesting. Obviously, at this point, I know a little bit more about it, but it's so exciting seeing her reaction in each series and learning more about her. And that's why I'm like, you have to kind of watch it. You could watch Jessica Jones season 1, and then probably you have to watch Defenders, because that's probably a bit a part of it. But it's better if you watch it in this order that like they originally edited in, because you have this one character that has a character arc through multiple different TV series, which is how I think they're going to do like the Billy, like WandaVision, Agatha All Along, and, you know, the Vision Quest. But yeah, this is very long. So sorry it was very long, but good night.